Well, friends, today we are doing another motherfucking live stream. Rare. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you all, this time with another motherfucking live stream. Hello, Enrique. How are you? Hello, Alicia and Dropout and Jeannie and Tiger Rouge. How are we all? Galen says England, a tsunami of Tower. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because my scent of the day is the much vaunted L'air du Desert Moroccan. A fragrance which will back up the notion. I need my glasses on, sorry, I can't see a fucking thing. What is going on? Very perturbing how quickly my eyesight has fucking descended into madness, I can tell you. Fuck's sake. I can tell you, Tower is brilliant, and L'air du Desert Moroccan is proof that classics are classics for a reason. You know? Last day of the holidays, says Saint Genie. Oh no. Oh no. I will send you your Lagerfeld. Alicia, hello everyone. Hello Jordan Albro, hello Germs. Galen is here, hello. Please tell me, all of you, what your scent of the day is. I am interested. Galen is wearing elephant. Welcome, Mitra. This is Rich Mitch doing a live stream, Paroli. I've been streaming all week on the gaming channel because I don't have to talk as much, and I have had a cold. I've had man flu, avian flu. I've had avian flu because I am a duck. And it has been sad for me, you know. I can smell again, thank you. I lost my sense of smell almost completely, but now I have recovered and my sense of smell is back. Mitra K has had swine flu, as she is Miss Piggy. I slept through Mitra K's stream, of course. That is what I do. So, no, I'm afraid there is no chance of me referencing said stream because I wasn't there and I have no idea what was said because I am extremely foolish. But we know this, do we not? What a tasty drink of water that was. Thank you, Saint Genie. I almost smashed my laptop and desktop. Chuck says I need a new leather perfume, people. Hi, Mitch. Hello, Chuck. I told you, check out Queer Moresque. I'm going to charge you for sleep aid quality of my streams, says Mitra. We have free healthcare here. Enrique says he is wearing Gucci Guilty Absolute. Sensational. Sensational. It is a great fragrance. Noticed I haven't worn this as much this year. Don't know why, just haven't, you know. Nothing's free, says Divine. It's very nihilistic for you. It is at the point of use. What's everyone's favourite leather, says Chuck. Yay, free healthcare brought to you by Canada. Yes, that's right. Siphoning off Canadian healthcare. Oh. Divine is wearing Iomi Monkey Special, perhaps. Not a big leather guy. How's that Lone Star Rider? You mean Lone Star Memories? Lone Star Memories is brilliant. One of the finest leathers available to humanity. It is sensational. Someone told me it made Persilaise's top 25 of the century. Over Laird Desert Marrakein. Ah! Keep changing my mind on which one's best. I wore Laird Desert Marrakein today. And it's immense. How's that Lone Star Rider? Tried Memories. Lonesome Rider, Chuck. Lonesome Rider. Lone Star Memories is the original and it's brilliant, but Lonesome Rider is a bit more like Fahrenheit. It's got a lot of violet in it, you know? It's got a lot of violet in it. It's very distinctive. Got a little bit in common with the previous one. It's really, really good. It's really good. It's got that watery heat on the horizon kind of vibe, you know. Tried Memories, leather amber, right? I wouldn't say it's ambery. Oily, yes. Ambery, not massively. Welcome, Nick. How are you? Welcome, Dushan. Welcome, Pat Lester. Welcome, Not in the Know. Pat Lester says, hello, Rich. Hello, everyone. Scent of the day is Queer Ottoman. I really like the Parfum d'Empire line. Have you sampled the whole line? Yes. Yes, I have, Pat. I did a sample series on it. I got all the samples and I thought they were really good perfumes. I actually bought Amber Rousse and I was tempted by Vetiver Bourbon, but I didn't get Vetiver Bourbon because I've got Fat Electrician. That's not Fat Electrician, that's Rihanna. Oh, it's warm in here. Tell you what I have been wearing more regularly. And I'll continue to wear. I'm not going to get to finish the bottle this year, but I'm almost there. This is Vintage Fahrenheit. Vintage Fahrenheit I am wearing a lot. And I am enjoying a lot. Mitra's first perfume creation would be Never 51. Oily, hello. Hello, Roshan. How are you? The Working Kitchen says, did you wear perfume whilst you were sick? If not, what was the one you wanted to smell first upon recovery? So I did wear perfume whilst I was sick, and I still missed being able to smell them properly, because my sense of smell was heavily impacted actually. But I could smell a little bit, and I still wore the perfumes anyway, because there's no point in not wearing them. I've got so many and so much that I might as well. Oh, friends, I might have a new favourite candle, like. Although I may have told you about it before, so whether it's new or not, it's a different matter. Hello, Carl. You are wearing La Barbière de Tangel. Roshan is wearing Grossmas Shem El Nassim. Fahrenheit was amazing in the 90s, says Not in the Know. Chuck says, I'm in a perfume rut. I think my taste is changing, which is good. I used to fucking love everything. I dig candles. What you got? I have bought... a Bois d'Argent candle this week. I got it nearly half price. Well, closer to half price than full price. About 2/3 of the price, which I was pleased with. And I've also backed up my cafe candle. These are limited edition and I am fucking mortified. Because it's fucking incredible, especially this time of year. This smells like if followed by kerosene, which I was going to wear today but forgot, was a candle. Except it's a little smoother. This is rough. This is rough coffee beans. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move these around. Followed by kerosene. Fahrenheit. Rich, have you tried Vetiver by Monodiorio? Yes. Did you all hear L'Oreal bought a minority stake in Amouage? Yes, I did. And for the Amouage lovers, that should be your signal to be worried. Because L'Oreal has never touched anything that it didn't ruin. The reverse Midas touch. Thanks for calling me brother still after I dissed Dusha 4 a little. Dushan says call. Anubis Bellamy. Monodiorio Queer, some of my faves. Says Saint Genie. How much is the current version of Fahrenheit similar to the vintage? I've only smelled what they have in stores now, which is decent to my nose. My partner despises it though, says Jordan. Get the vintage. They'll despise it even more. Welcome Herb. Splinter says, hi Urch, I've recently been discovering Serge Lutens. I am wearing Serge Noir. Love the clothes and incense combination. How do you feel about Baptême de Feu? I will be purchasing this soon. Sold my Baptême de Feu. Was not a fan. Really strange. Gingerbread, hot metal, castoreum. Very strange combination. Very strange combination. Wasn't a fan, I must admit. I saw that Les and Demodable collaborated with a house to make a candle. Yes, and at a mere 160 fucking euros per candle. No. Absolutely fucking not. Of course, Carl, that's your right to express your opinion. So that Les and Demodable. Oh, sorry, I read that. Jordan, there was a crap time for Fahrenheit and then Demaché fixed it. Strangely enough, that is true. Yes, Demaché did actually fix Fahrenheit, which is an outrageous thing to say, but he did. The current one is good. Watch out for the one that was released in the early 2000s because it was the drizzling shits. It essentially somebody poured a fucking shit ton of vanilla into it and just ruined it. Like, you can have nice vanilla perfumes, but it doesn't need to be the main star of the show in anything. I think the time to be worried with Amouage has come and gone. I wouldn't buy anything from the note. That is true, yes. To be fair, I think if you're a fan of vintage Amouage, those days are gone. But L'Oreal have a history of shitting on everything, and since they've bought into Amouage, to me that signals that they're probably going to try and buy the rest of the company. Maybe they just want to get their foot in the door and see what's going on around it, you know? See if it continues to grow. Maybe they can say, oh, look, we're a partner in the business. Why don't we just make the fragrances for you? It'll be cheaper than whoever you're using at the minute. You know, we'll do it. And everything will turn to shit because that is what L'Oreal do. It's a fucking disgrace. How it's okay to be wrong, bro, says James. Should try Pot de Spagna. Pot de Spagna is brilliant. Like, the vintage one, it's so bracing, it'll burn your nose hairs, you know? Divine says, anyone saying a minority, so I was waiting for this, anyone saying a minority stakeholder will lead to relevant changes in the underlying knows nothing about shareholders' equity. It's safe to say. It's not safe to say. Maybe you're just looking at it from a purely shareholder, investor kind of thing. You know? Open your mind. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I need to, says St. Jeannie. Cheers, says PK. Tour de Hermes, the early pre-2012 is worth the search, says PK. Just spread Lone Star memories. You don't get number 2 in this. Ambery touches. I don't get amber in it, no, but I do get like this kind of familiarity in the Tower's perfumery. Yes, there is some, but I wouldn't say it was ambery. $160, €160, not $160. Minority stakeholder can lead into major. It's a sign of the end. Welcome, DJ. He did so much shit for Navatas germs, might as well just try and do a good designer instead. DJ says, Fishman has poked holes in the Titanic and blaming it on the iceberg. Oda Parfum says, Rich Mitch, just wondering, why do you keep hydrating every 30 seconds? What's the issue? I have some underlying health issues, and I am also on some medications, and one of the side effects is a dry mouth. If I wasn't hydrating with water, I would be chewing gum, and nobody wants that, especially not me. So when I'm not on stream or I'm not on fucking camera and there's a microphone listening to my voice in good sound quality, hopefully, then I would be chewing. And this is not that kind of fucking YouTube channel, you know? It's just the lesser of two evils, if you know what I mean. So that is why. Oh, I've got an itchy back. Ooh, got me back scratcher. Yes. One of my most prized possessions is the back scratcher. It's fucking incredible. Look at that Balenciaga poor arm demanding to come to the front. It does kind of have a presence of its own, doesn't it? It's like it's looking about there, surveying all around it. L'Oreal will kill it, not in a good way. Nobody buys a minority if they want majority. If you think the underlying business will decline, you wait with your entry. And if you think it will go up, you want as much exposure as possible, says Divine. Hello, mate. Welcome, Michael Harness. Thank God you are back. It is nice to see you. Carl, I was kidding, mate, and that's fair. The brand is ugly. I think his work with L'Artisan and 80s is top-notch. I respect your opinion, says James. Maybe I should wear some Enfants Japonais this week. I just bought samples of Laos and Osaka, having slight incense moment. Yes. I like my incense. Incense Avignon is brilliant. Enfants Japonais is brilliant. Laos is brilliant. Osaka Cardinal as well. Cardinal's brilliant. I've still got Osakra on. I can still smell it, but Vetiver Veritas is gone, basically. But it would be, you know. Yo, Michael, good to see you, says James. The Waiting Kitchen says, Mitch, what's your thoughts on blind buying? What is my thoughts on blind buying? I just saw that. What's your thought on blind buying with research versus sampling, which can add up? I would always be conservative and go sampling. It actually works out more cost effective because listen, I'm not going to advise anybody to blind buy, even with research. Even though I do it myself, I am not telling other people to do that because it's more risky, you know? And it's very easy for me or somebody, an influencer, to sit there and spend your fucking money for you, you know? And they shouldn't do that, and I shouldn't do that, and I'm not going to do that, you know? So what you should do is sample, and you'll notice I have made, in the last 2.5 to 3 years, I have made a lot less blind buys and a lot more informed and sampled purchases, you know? So I would recommend that you did that. What I did is the process that I went through was I started watching videos a long time ago. Well, I used to go into the shops and smell stuff and say, that's amazing, I'll have a bottle of that. And then I started getting online, and this was a long time ago, by the way, and either watching videos or reading reviews, and I'd be like, oh, that sounds amazing, that sounds good. And then I would blind buy stuff on the internet, you know? And then I just realized I was doing too much of that over a long time. And then what happened is I got into vintage stuff, and I started blind buying vintage stuff because you couldn't smell the vintage things. And I've got to say, the way I did it was that I learned whose taste aligned with mine online, and I trusted them, and sometimes it worked as far as blind buying was concerned, and sometimes it didn't. The decision I made, and it's your money and you should make the last decision, right? And maybe you'll have to learn the hard way, the same that I did and a lot of other people have, is that it's probably best to take advice from people whose nose you align with and then sample them, and then if you want them, buy them, rather than just buying them and then having to sell them if you don't like them, you know? Because it's a massive fanny on. Blind buying can be exciting, you know? It's fun, but I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it, and I never will recommend it. Because it's very easy for me to spend your money. Mitch says, I have a migraine. Please lie down. Go to sleep. Have a hot chocolate. Can anyone recommend a good wearable Serge Luton? Have not tried any yet. Ambra Sultan. Chergui, 5 o'clock au gingembre. Vitriol Doilette. He hydrates because he was a fish in a past life. I am a duck. Get used to it, says Mitra. Yeah, I'm really interested in Neil Vermeer. And he's a top perfumer, no doubt. Those Neil Vermeers were absolutely fucking immense. Absolutely fucking gorgeous, like. But none of them were a perfume I could wear. Frank says, we dig the ASMR on your channel, Duck, says Frank. Okay. Maybe I should set up So I've got Rich Mitch. I've got Rich Mitch Gaming, so maybe I should set up Rich Mitch ASMR. I'm the same, Rich. I've drank 4 litres a day since I've been away. Dry mouth, honestly, if you're taking gabapentin, the dry mouth is just different. It's not like normal dry mouth. You know what I mean? It's like a profound lack of wet. Like there's like a deep drought lurking. And the water will only provide fucking, the water will only provide, like, compensation. Like, I'm not thirsty. That's the thing. I'm not thirsty. I've just got the world's driest fucking mouth. It's mental. Context matters. L'Oreal was carrying $4 billion in cash on the balance sheet at the end of Q4. Amouage as an entity is rumoured to be worth $3 billion. Even if they didn't want to buy it all with cash or with equity, they could do with a leveraged buyout. That means he didn't wipe sufficiently, says James. He's got an itchy bum. I don't have an itchy bum. What the fuck? People talking about an itchy hoop. Please behave. Hello, Antonio. Hello, everyone. Rich, how are you? Rainy day here in San Francisco. Ah, nice. Centre of the day, vetiver extraordinaire. Good for a rainy day, that. Really good. Vetiver's always a good, safe bet on a rainy day. Love to you, mate. Love to you, Michael. You have been missed, and we are glad you have come amongst us, amongst your friends. Everyone can see that you're okay. I emailed Michael, actually, and I'd meant to do it a long time ago. But I'm glad that he is okay and doing well. What's your take on Portos by Balenciaga, says Frank? Not really my thing. Bit weird. Ended up selling my bottle to Ramsey, actually, would you believe? No, Antonio. Got some of that rain up in here in Oregon, too. It's been cold here the last few days. Cold outside today. It's meant to be colder tomorrow. I can't be arsed. Hello, Antonio. We got snow in Oregon, says Michael. Have Mitra smelled Gucci Guilty Absolute and Tuscan Leather yet, says Carl. I think she smelled Tuscan Leather now. Sent you something, not much, says Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Dropout has also sent a $5. You are both very kind. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jared Wilson says, what's your thoughts on Nasamato Black Afghano? Just tried it. It was really nice. Oud incense amber with beast performance. So I actually quite liked Black Afghano, but it was years ago that I smelled it, right? And I was like, that's really nice. I might buy a bottle. And then I saw that it was only 30 mil and the price was like 120 quid. And I was like, ooh, I'm not paying that. And now I think it's even more expensive. So I'm definitely not paying that. You know, but you don't need a lot, to be fair. I did think it was nice. I was kind of perturbed that people were trying to say it smelled like hash. I was like, no, it doesn't. I think the exact words were, this is what hash smells like to people who have never smoked hash. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. You did? Damn. Sampling is just as fun as buying a full bottle. Yeah, I really enjoy sampling. Now I've made a thing of it, you know. I've just finished the Healy sample set, which I can highly recommend. Brilliant brand, absolutely fantastic. He's got his style, and he does it very well, and the value for his fragrances are fucking brilliant, like the value you get out of him as a perfumer, as a brand, it's almost unrivaled. You know? 130, 140, 150 euros. Wow. All day. Creative, well-made, decent ingredients. Just the whole package, really good. And he deserves a lot more praise and talk in the community than what he gets. And it's a shame that he doesn't get more. And also is one of my top picks. One of my top pickups of 2023 was Cologne Aficionale, and I am looking forward to wearing that. I've almost used half a bottle. Well, no, I have used half a bottle of Montfresh, which is a fucking glorious perfume. Christ! Dura Rose was griefing it this morning. He sent us a voice message. He was like, Rich, I like James Healy, but not a massive fan of Montfresh. I was like, charlatan, go away. Sampling is also dangerous, says Engini. Don't let me discover anything else I love. Vintage, says Jared. Hard to sample vintage. That's one of the reasons I was blind by them. Like, Antonio says, woke up today, taking day off, Mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mrs. Hobson. Did you get any snow? I'm down in South Oregon. I'll tell her happy birthday. Hope she has a great day. Put your noses on the table. I want to say whose nose aligns with mine, says Mitra. Dushan says, Mitra, that Charles Garnier's opera on the front page of your Girl On book is fantastic. The Works in Kitchen says, respect. Appreciate the insight from your experience. Not a problem, thank you. Anything else? We are here, and we can tell you what we think about anything you ask about. And if we don't know, just say fucking don't know. I think there's a dearth of people not willing to say I don't know. Actually, there's a dearth of people willing to say I don't know is what I should say. So Juton says Santa Majuscula is an easy one to start with. No one hates that. It's so classy. Rich Mitch's favourite perfume for women, says Mitra. Which one? Neil Vermeer is releasing a new perfume at Essence. Essence, boo! Roshan, that's great news. It is great news. Neil Vermeer, yay. Essence, boo. Opium Parfum, Secret de Parfum. Tom Aiken, evening, how are you? Lots of great ones, not in the know. Hope you enjoyed trying them, Mitra. Rich, you can also pick up a perfume matching the live chat's regular personalities. You can. Marcel, welcome. I'm not looking forward to digging out the thermals again, says Janie. Vetiver Oriental is such a great vetiver. I've tried a few Heelys. I love Cardinal and Montreuil. They're two of the ones I've got. Also, Cologne Officinal, which is dry. So dry. Any hints as to which house you will be giving impressions on next, or is it a mystery? Argos. Argos. I think I'm going to be trying Argos next. So we will see. We'll see how that one goes, friends. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Follow is excellent. Only wish the atomizers produced a finer spray. That is a problem with a lot of these type of brands, like, isn't it? The sprayers and they're not great, you know. I've been wearing it on holiday, Rich. Cologne Officinal always feels great when I wear it. Yeah, it's an incredible fragrance, to be honest. Must go to work. Have a good one. Thank you, Dropout. Thank you for the coffee. The coffee that you bought me, which smells like this, which is an absolutely sensational candle. Jesus, what a candle. Fuck. If I don't like Cardinal, it is your fault. If you don't like Cardinal, I'll have the bottle. I won't pay for it. I'll just have it. I woke at 3:30 to find Eugene shoveling snow on the live stream. If I was one of his neighbours, there would have been snowballs thrown. At best, snowballs thrown. They'd be like, what are you doing? It's 3:30 in the fucking morning. Fuck off. Then again, I don't know if you can hear people. I don't know if you can actually hear people shoveling. You know? I don't know if it's that type of sound that carries. Because where I live, everybody's quite spaced out, you know? Sampling is great until your life is overrun by little vials. Best thing to do is once you've sampled and used them, just get rid of them. Which is what I'm doing with my Healy sample set. If anybody would like to buy the Healy sample set that I have just used, please let me know. I will be shifting it cheap, about half price. I think about 40 quid. We'll buy it. I know a good alternative. Montreuil is so stunning. The most natural smelling mint. Yes, it's lovely. Creamy mint. Month. Welcome, Abdulaziz. I know a good alternative to Black Afghano. What is it? Roshan says, anyone have any recommendations for a good aromatic perfume similar to Herbert Troublon from Guerlain? That is nice, that one, actually, but I find the dry downs a bit shit. Ali Boy says, and this is a question I have asked out loud and in my head since I first smelled it. When will Diptyque make that cafe candle into a perfume? Have you noticed that some of their candles smell better than their perfumes? This cafe candle being one of them. The lavender candle as well. The lavender candle's an incredible smell. I mean, a Diptyque lavender. Why haven't they got a lavender perfume? The closest they've got, Eau de Minte. And it's like, why the fuck don't you just have a normal fucking lavender candle? Just a normal lavender perfume. You've done the candle, now do the perfume. Fuck. Why is why not? Why not? I have asked this out loud and in my head many times, Ali boy, and it's very upsetting because this is absolutely sensational. Imagine a diptyque version of Follow. It's smoother. Do I want to say it's more realistic? It's not as harsh. It's not as harsh because I really love Follow. But if Diptyque made that exact smelling cafe into a perfume, I'd buy it. Absolutely buy it. I would go in, smell it to make sure it wasn't the drizzling shit, and then as long as it wasn't, I would just buy it because it smells fucking amazing. And when you've got it on and you walk out the room, or you go downstairs, right, and then you come back and you smell it, it's like, whoa, it's like walking into a coffee shop. It's fucking glorious. And I'll tell you what, you only need to burn it for a little while as well, and it stays in the air for hours. Is Mont Fresh toothpaste mint or more natural? More natural. It's more creamy, more kind of. I haven't got it to hand. I did smell it today though. It's beautiful. I think a little bit more like kind of creamy lavender vanilla type. Not powdery at all, but like this kind of creamy, smooth, creme de menthe, that kind of thing. It's not like toothpaste. Obviously, it's mint scented, so whether you associate it with toothpaste or not, but it's not out and out like toothpaste sort of smell, taste thing. That's the idea for a video. Fave perfume for women, says Mitra. It's. No, I don't like this. The sexing of it, Here's something for men. Here's something for women. I just like talking about the smell. Friends, it's that time. If you would like to like the stream, please do not let me stop you. Haven't samples Herbal Troublon. I don't like the new one. I think the dry down shit. I agree, Mont Fresh is stunning, but Eldo, you or someone like you smells more natural to my nose. I would have to go back. I sold that, I think, to someone who doesn't come around anymore. I think it was Joanna. Delizzie's another great one. I also get watery cucumber scent with that. Like picking fresh mint. Do you even burn that Benjoin candle? Well, do you know what the problem is with that Benjoin candle? It was a present. So I'm like, oh, it's a present. I don't want to set fire to it. I like it. It's nice, but it's my gift. And I'm like, oh, it's my gift. But yes, I might set fire to it. It is very nice, very thoughtful. But I feel bad about the idea of using it. It's like when I used to get like you get like toiletries off your grandparents and stuff as like an ancillary Christmas present or a birthday present. It's like you go to use them and you're like, this was a present? You know what I mean? That might just be me, to be fair. Shoveling snow. You can hear them, but it's not worth going to jail for, says Mitra. Shoveling seems like quite an ASMR sound. You would have to do it in a kind of rhythmic kind of way, The snowblower sound is worth going to jail for. It just sounds like you felt the pain of that before. Would you buy Iris the Nuit? Probably not. It's a little bit powdery. I liked it. I didn't mention it in the video today. It's a little bit powdery. I've got Iris Cendra and I've got Iris Silver Mist, which cover that kind of iris. I like the concrete more, You You can hear it. It's a scraping, better than gasoline-powered machine. It was just novel to see him streaming it, asking for scent of the day, says Frank. I'd be fuming if someone did that at 3 o'clock in the morning outside me house, like, I must admit. Being baked in the snow hits different though. It's very different when you're high in the snow. It's a special kind of light. Do you have a backup to that sad-looking vintage of Fahrenheit? Hoping you do. Yes, I've got a 200ml, which is why I am using said bottle. If I didn't have a backup, I'd be buying one. You know? Can't wait to start wearing my Liberté again, says Saint Janie. Just felt like saying that. Yeah, I am now looking forward to my spring and summer fragrances again. You know? This is one of the best things about splitting your perfume collection in half, like I do. This is one of the things I really enjoy. Looking forward to wearing the new season's perfumes. There's a lot of people who are like, wear what you want, when you want, and how you want. And I'm like, no, I like a bit of self-denial. And I do. You know, I do. I love the smell of coffee. It's so comforting, yes. Frank, do you want vintage Fahrenheit? Maybe the scent profile falls apart when you try and make a perfume of it, says Carl. I mean, if a real perfume had got a hold of it, I think it would... Smoky Leather by Niche Emirati is a good clone of Black Afghano. Artisan, welcome. I really think the main reason Follow comes off harsh is the lack of fine mist. Like I previously mentioned, I have Blackmail and Unknown Pleasures, which both have a similar effect in the opening. Have you thought of decanting some into a better sprayer? See if that's true. It could just be the opening that he hasn't got right in his chemistry, you know. This is definitely one of his earlier pieces, so hopefully he is doing some professional development and getting better, but I fucking love this stuff so much. Christ. Followed, the sequel to this, the flanker to this, is unfortunately absolutely fucking woeful. It's awful. I hated it so much. Whatever that big stinky fucking spicy pudding up at the top in Overdose was just, why? Why do that to yourself? Why do that to me? Why do that to anybody? It was horrible. It was horrible, and I'm really glad I sampled that and didn't just blind buy it, because, fuck. That was rough. Divine says, thinking about disliking for that blasphemy last Thursday about Enigma. It's not great. Punish you some more. Yes, it has been a week since I streamed. I hadn't made any videos this week either. It was one of those colds where you were just like, I can't be bothered to do anything. It was very man-fluish. You know, I was responding to it in a very manly way, which was to say, I'm so ill, but I wasn't actually that ill, you know. Dude, please burn that thing. Benzoin is so good. I will, don't worry. I will. I burned cafe today. I've actually just gone through these two. I got a candle set, some little smaller ones, right? And I've just burned through both of these. One is Chantilly and the other is Biscuits. Just finished Chantilly. Now, Chantilly is supposed to smell like cream, right? What I actually get from it is like a vanilla powder type thing, like a very creamy vanilla, but it's definitely got a lot of vanilla in there. Or it smells like a lot of vanilla benzoin type thing, you know? I'll be interested to compare it to the benzoin candle, actually. Excuse me. Zhao? How now? Our Zhao? What's going on? How you doing? Yes, yes, yes. Mitchell says, no, I hear what you say. I'm like that too. I can't unseal perfumes for that reason sometimes. Yes. But I will, don't worry. Benjamin might be my favourite, but I make sure they all get a turn. Which other ones do you have? I like Cologne Officinal, but I find it a little dated. I think that was part of one of the reasons I liked it. You know? It's Very old school, classic James, but that's one of the things. Yeah, that is. I think that's actually. I think you've got to be into that specific thing. Self-denial sounds kinky. Is it? I don't know that it's kinky, but it's definitely it's good for you. I find, because the world we live in at the minute, you can have everything you want at all the time at the click of a button, and a little bit of self-denial is good for you. It's good for your soul. Yes, when you do a rotation, you've not smelled something in a while, and it's amazing when you wear it again, says Jeannie. Called you have akavit in Sweden. Artisan, I tried them in samples. Kerosene, they were less harsh. The thing is, with kerosene sample, I got a big sample set off them as well, and they were all in dabbas, and it just as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh no. Tiny little dabbas as well, and I was like, oh fuck, and the fucking labels on them were stickers. I was like, yes, bring on the spring, says Germs. Sure do, Dushan. It's 2,200 ml spray vintage deodorant in a tin can and perfume. Top frag for that, for me. What sure, Dushan, is it a drink? Yes, Carl, it's from Norway. I was about to ask you about the others. Biscuits. So I've put the actual, the bottom of this. Look at all this unburned fucking wax. Look at all this. Considering that came out of this Chantilly candle, I'm fuming. I know what I'm going to do with that. I think I've got a big Chantilly candle as well. And I'm going to burn the fucker. And I'm going to put that in it. Biscuits was a little bit biscuity for me, ironically. I was like, ooh, I don't like you. I don't like you. Did you try Dirty Flower Factory by Kerosene? What a good spicy jasmine. Not a big... To be honest, I didn't get through a lot of those samples. I liked Canfield Cedar. Oh God, there was a couple of other ones as well. I'd have to go back. It's been a while, I must admit. It has been a while. But I'm not a big jasmine fan. Oh, excuse me. Woof. Hello, Franska. Yes, we haven't found it on the liquor store site. Dabba's bane of my existence. Yes. Dabba should be banned. Welcome, Laura G. How are you? I don't like you, brother. Ooh. Baymax is at home. I am currently sat in a hot tub in Scotland. Don't drop your phone. Laura G has been in the hot tub all week. She is shriveled like a prune. It is prunes that shriveled, isn't it? She is enjoying the hot tub. I am gel. I wonder if Baymax would like the hot tub. Probably not. Fake news. I have left the hot tub, says Laura G. She is out and gone. Where are we? Let us put a new thumbnail. It's a cat. There it is. Sorry, friends, I need to just find that. He tried to catch the bubbles, I think. No, I am in it now, but I haven't been in all week. Oh, I see. I understand. I was trying my skills at poems, Dushan, that's all. Oh, dear. What a big yawn. I wore something this week that I haven't worn for a while. It's not Kneesa 10. I've just picked that up to smell it. Chuck, you should try Kneesa 10 as well if you're looking for a leather. Kneesa 10's a fucking brilliant perfume. I haven't worn very much of that recently either. I've been shopping the collection, as they say. Whoa! Where's a good place to purchase Healy fragrances for a good price? Just go on the website. Just go on Healy website. I don't think you pay VAT. In fact, I'm sure you don't pay VAT. You should be fine. But I think you can get them in Britain at Les Santes. Is Kneezer hard to find? Modern Kneezer is okay. Both, yes. Kneezer's not hard to find. It should be everywhere. You should be able to find it at Lucky Scent. I think that's where I got mine from, actually, would you believe? I got mine from Lucky Scent. It's an absolutely brilliant leather, to be fair. Modern Kneezer smells like cement. Cheap and nasty. You're cheap and nasty, Pradeep. Stop that. What's a good place to purchase Healy fragrances for a good price? Let me see. If you are in England... I'm sure Les Santos Healy fragrance. Oh, yeah, you can get them at Les Santos. I think they're no, they're not 150 quid. How much are they? 140 quid. That is so much perfume for 140 quid. That is outrageous. Palm? What the fuck is Palm? Never heard of it. Oh, Sacre. Hippie Rose. Oh, Sacre's more expensive. That's a 210 quid perfume. I didn't realise he did that. Vetiver Veritas is only 135, but it's only a 50 ml. Oh no. 100% natural and 72% organic. What's the difference? The good thing is you can get samples from Les Santos, but they don't have the whole line. I've never heard of Palm. The fuck is Palm? Palm is a deliciously sophisticated escapist fantasy. A glass green sea, the scent of gardenia and the dewy darkness of the shady coconut palms. Was this Cocobello? Gardenia petals, palm leaf, fresh coconut, yeah. Yeah, he's renamed that and thrown us off. Enjoyed a break, but I've missed just being home, you know? Yeah, me too. Go back home in the morning. You will see your sons and heirs. I spoke to Richie G tonight. I was like, have you enjoyed being in the house by yourself? And he was like, it's different. I was like, he misses his wife. Hope you enjoyed the trip. That's lovely there. Yeah, they'll be missing you too. Has anyone tried House of Matriarch? Yes. Wildly overpriced, insanely overpriced. How dare they charge what they are trying to charge? I'm actually selling 4 as a group. They're not in there. I'm selling 4 partials as a group if anyone's interested. They will not be as overpriced, but they are quite I don't want to say old. They're like vintage ones, you know. Cocobello was Palm. Palm is Cocobello. Yes. Blanc Sada has to be the best from L'Entrepiste. Still not bottle worthy, but I think it's damn nice. What do you think of the house, Herb? Palm is Cocobello, yeah. I also love Golden Edition. I'm just going to use a 10. I want Dorian Spleen. Ooh. I think it could be described as a shady coconut palms. Herb says, a very pretty Mitre, albeit extremely expensive. Kazemi was also very beautiful black. Black number 1 was better to my nose, even for a woman. So I have both. I love Kazemi. I think it's really nice. I think Kazemi's fantastic. Black number 1's okay. But yeah, as Rich mentions, they're radically expensive. Do you know that? I happen to know from someone who knows her, or knew her, that those fragrances are priced at that price point so that people will think they're better than they are. She's priced them at that price point so that certain people will have an impression of them before they buy them. Pardon me. It is tasty, yes, but turned pretty cold on me. Going to go and try and easier on the trigger next time I try that one, says Carl. I sprayed a lot since you said it was too light, says Carl. Howdy, Mitch. Hope you're well. Welcome, Nick Brackett. How are you? How are you doing? What's up? Welcome. We have not seen you before. I hope you are fantastic and doing really well. Where am I? No, Deshaun, what's the price per mil where you're like, fuck that? 4.5 of anything per mil? That's silly prices. People are silly, just in general. I have a video idea for you. If you had to have only one if you had to only have 12 fragrances, one per month, what would you choose? No options for extra. A hard rule. That's difficult. I don't like choosing between my babies. That's tough. Very tough. That is not easy. I'll have a think about it. Oh my goodness, we have another coffee. Thank you very much, Roshan. You are very kind. I will respond on coffee after the stream. For I can only do one thing at once, and sometimes I can't even do that. Welcome, Fragrance Collector. How are you? Declaration EDP is probably already the best designer release of the year. Mint. There's a couple of people shat on it, I've seen, actually. They're the right people to shit on it, though. So I wouldn't worry you. I wouldn't worry yourself. Declaration EP, sorry, there's a name for that type of good, where the desirability increases with, it's called Veblen goods. That's right. I think this is also applied to Hermes frags, though. Ooh, I can see what you're saying, because a lot of, the thing is with Hermes, the aesthetic makes it smell like they aren't very rich and clever and well made, but they are extremely cleverly and well made. It just feels like there's something missing, especially the Hermes Essence, because they're so light and airy. But for a lot of people, that's what the attraction is. You know, that's their aesthetic. Ordering samples from Lucky Scent. Any other leathers I should try that you know they carry? Oh God. Oh God. Try Bellamy by Hermes. I don't know that if they carry that though. Rien by Etat Libre d'Orange. Antaeus is a leather, is it not? Maybe it's not. Oh God. Queer Canage, they don't have that. Macassa, they don't have that. A lot of my leathers are vintage leathers. Queer de Lancôme, they don't have that. That is a fragrance. Good grief. It's almost too pretty to wear. Smalto Pour Homme, that's an incredible leather. They won't carry that. Diptyque doesn't have a leather, does it? Does Histoire de Parfum have a leather? Fendi Womo's a leather. They won't carry that either. Queer Moresque by Serge Luton. Fuck. I'm struggling. Leather Rude by Dior. They won't carry that. I'm struggling, dude. I'm struggling. Perhaps some people in the chat will help. I'm lovely, Mitch. Thank you for asking. Fantastic. This is what we like to hear. Mind Games fragrances are horrible, overpriced as well to get a false impression so you can buy. Yes, that seems to be the rule at the minute. That if you price something really high, everyone will want to buy it from you. And it should not be the case. Veblen. Yes, Veblen goods, that's right. That's what I was thinking about as well. That's the one. Ponder it. I'd like to know. I will ponder it. I will ponder it, Laura G. Allow me to think. Any Papillon or MDC leathers that are good? Papillon, someone will be able to help you with the names. MDCI, Queer Garamanti by MDCI. Divine Seas Fragrance Collector. None of the Mind Games were good, much less great. Top ones were what? Two Hermes Inspiration and the Bubblegum Cherry Fragrance. Oof. Another influencer hellscape fucking perfume. Just, this is the problem with it, you know. They'd sell their arse if the fucking price was right, you know what I mean? And the information they put out's absolute dog shit. Chuck says, Papillon Anubis, the best suede accord I smelled so far. And MDCI, Queer Garamanti. Yeah, Queer Garamanti is really good. Ja was right. Yeah, bubblegum cherry fragrance, that's horrible. The shills seem to be writing it like it's some niche brand. Yikes. Laura G says, Mitch, I have heard on the grapevine that Baymax has asked if you'll be his Valentine, and how many dreamies will you bring him for the honour? I will bring him all of the dreamies. And yes, I will be, if he will be mine. He better not be escaping the house and spending Valentine's Day with other cats. Naughty. Loved Rien Intense, says Herb. I thought it was actually a lot easier to take than the original. Try Imitation Man, Amouage, says Franska. Not super wearable to me, though. Smells like a mountain of ash. God on taste and Bellamy. Okay. 1740, says Duchamp by Histoire de Parfum. Moschino Pour-On is so good. Pure Distance M. Like and really in the shadow. The Ted Lapidus Pour-On, the older one. The one with the red cap. The Mount Oda Eric is saying, reviewing Cartier. Yeah, there's another person as well who's apparently shot on it. Like, probably because Cartier don't send free bottles out. And they're trying to punish them. Leather Forever by Digable. Maybe Cartier said, not sending you free shit. Get away from us. Rich, have you tried Eldo Je suis un homme? It was created by Antoine Lay, and it's like an homage to Girl on Derby. Brilliant fragrance. Yeah, I want to say yes, but I didn't like it enough to buy a bottle, and I can't remember it. I can't remember what it smells like. But it'll be in my Etat Libre d'Orange sample playlist. Roshan says MDC Queer Garamanti and Queer Cavalier are both good. Leans rosy to me, well constructed. Anubis is great and denser than the MDCIs, but a solid choice. Corpus Equus says Carl. That's a deep dark, nasty one. I don't like that. I didn't like, to be honest, even Bois d'Assis, I bought it and I sold it. This is my favourite from the line, Iris Sondra. Looking forward to wearing that. I think it was slightly foolish keeping this out for winter, actually. I don't think I'd wear that in winter. I don't know why it's there. People pay for dog shit as long as it's exclusive and convince themselves it's good. Says DJ. Welcome RP Rentals. Queer d'Ange. Yes, Queer d'Ange, but I don't think that Lucky Sen carry it. I took that personally, says James. Jar thinks je suis un homme as Antoine Lee's homage to Bellamy. What about Queer Garant? By Artisan, says Mitra. Outre Sidion. Oh God, how do I spell it? How do I say this? Outre Cuidon. By Histoire de Parfum. Spicy fruity leather. Indult. Queer 404. Indult Tijota is brilliant. It smells it's just vanilla. It's just like a vanilla pod, vanilla cooking vanilla. But if you want to smell like that, it's probably the best one. I wonder if I should stock up on Parfum d'Empire after my break, as I've almost burned through my third bottle of, or get that YS Uzak. Oof. Difficult decisions. Maître Parfumier et Gantier, Parfum Habit. Yes, that's a good leather. I have 3 cats and 2 of them like spraying on everything. Get them snipped. The Benjamin Bohem in the new bottle, is it the same as the original, says Enrique de Prodi? I'd like to know that as well, actually. They don't have MDCI. Queer Garante. Oh no. Where shall I start? Him as alone as 10 leathers, says Prodi. Laura says, cherry bubblegum. I can't imagine this smells good. Like the Disney perfume for 5-year-olds. Yes. There's a lot of that out there at the minute as well. There's a lot out there. My cat loved MKK, says Herb, and hated roses. Duchamp, good call. I also get a bit of Bellamy from it, but a lot of Derby from Je suis un homme. Who's the vintage enchanté guy? You in here? Anuj. Anuj is a hero and a legend. You will have to get in touch with him via his website. You can go on there and you can get his WhatsApp and his email and just message him. He's sound as fuck. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Every Hermes leather is good. No, I didn't like Gallop. It was too... Oh, what's that one that Liz Moores did? Epona. That's quite nice. I don't think it's got a little bit of Fahrenheit. But Fahrenheit's a great leather. Fahrenheit's a brilliant leather. It's got a little bit of Fahrenheit about it with that kind of violet kind of aspect, you know. Every Hermes leather is good, says James. Not sure about that. Maybe I'll just pay him to send me some shit. Maybe he will. It's been changed, more woody now, says Pradeep. I'm surprised how Parfum d'Empire is fairly priced. If only more houses did this. Look at Healy. I am high on the Healy prices. They're fantastic. 140 quid, 140 pounds for the Healy fragrances. It's theft. You're stealing them at that price. Get the samples, find which ones you like, and then buy them at retail. Which is insane advice. Because don't buy things at retail. But Healy fragrances are worth it at retail. That bottle of Cardinal I bought was actually the same price as it would have been at retail, minus the little bit of use it had. But it was a vintage. Just really good fragrances. And since he is his own perfumer, if stuff needs reformulating, he can reformulate it. And this is something I've worked out, and I've said many times, that if a perfumer reformulates their own perfumes, those reformulations always work out better than if somebody else reformulates their perfumes. You know? Always. Because they know what they had in mind. They know what they used. They know how they used it. They know what they did and what they were going for. And they know how to get there by another route if that's necessary. I'm surprised how I've read that. I like Suede Leather and Skin by L'Artisan Parfumier. There is an original bottle, half full, of L'Artisan Parfumier's Vanilla for 50 quid on eBay, British eBay, which is, again, burglary. I do wonder if there's something wrong with it, though, you know. Corpus Express was the last good douche for, says Pradeep. Wait, is Papillon Epona is also a leather? Still haven't tried it. It's very much a leather. Anuja's on vacation, Chuck, says Mitra. Aha! Pradeep, mic drop. I didn't like any of the others either, just the sound of the other leathers were too smoky and too sweet, good says. Yes, I agree actually with that. Bois d'Assis was insanely smoky, too much. I like smoke. That was too much. Hello, Killer Jam, how are you? Oh, have you tried Kenzo ADP? Can you narrow that down, as they do have a number of perfumes? Is there just a perfume called Kenzo in ADP? Let me know and I will say. I've had Jungle, which I sold, and I did have the Samurai Sword version of Kenzo Pour Homme. I sold that as well. I just wasn't wearing it, but it was really cool. Really good fragrance and really cool as well. The bottle was fucking incredible. They just don't make bottles like that anymore. Fucking brilliant. Scent that is Honey Tobacco Girl on, says Benji. What did you think of Amber Tibet by Maître Parfumeur Gantier? Have I tried it? No. Don't think so. If I have, I can't remember it. Is vintage Chanel 1960 Creator Russi Extra a safe buy? No. No, it's not a safe buy. I lost sense. Me and Mitra were talking about this today. Was it Mitra or was it Lily? I think it was Lily. Like, she found something from the 30s. I thought it was like a sealed bottle of Le Bleu from the 30s. And she was like, is it ever really a good idea to buy a perfume this old? And I essentially came to the conclusion that it's not. I've got like a sweet spot where I'm like, yeah, it's okay to buy stuff from the 70s, the earliest, 80s, yes. Fucking before that, I'm spooked. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'd want to know everything about it before I bought it. You know, where's it been? What's it been doing? Who's it been hanging around with? Has it been touched? Has it been touching? You know, all that sort of thing. Laura G says, I'm going to enjoy some bubbles and then go finish my book. Please enjoy both bubbles and book. Cheers, Rich. Maître Parfumeur Gantier released another amber, Cappuccinas. Yes, Dev mentioned it, bless him. And I'm intrigued. Their samples come in fucking dabbers as well. Their samples come in dabbers as well, the bastards. It's fucking disgraceful. Why can't they just be normal? What about Violette Valenca? Violette Valenca is very nice. I don't know that I'm ever going to wear it, if I'm being honest. Tim Wilcox was very kind and sent me that. Oh, it's got that shampoo thing. It's got that floral shampoo thing that I don't know what it is. It's in Miraglantine as well. There was a girl I was with. She had long, straight blonde hair. She used to wash her hair with this shampoo. And I used to spoon at night and go to sleep. And that is what I would smell. And it's whatever's in that Violette Valenca. All right. And it's in Miraglantine and it smells like shampoo. Are you ever tempted to taste any of your fragrances? No, not on purpose, but I have inevitably tasted some of them. Some of the vintage perfumes don't taste bad, actually. Modern ones taste absolutely foul, but a couple of the vintage ones I'm sure I smelled tasted a little bit sweet. Where imitation amouage is brilliant, it's a citrus. Oh, right, sorry. Deleur Exquise counts too, says Franska. I haven't, but I imagine Bosca Vanilla would taste nice in a cocktail. Taste and smell are very, very closely linked, you know. James Healy, stop listening to him. Please don't jack up the price. No, don't jack up the price, James, for God's sake. It's one of the things that makes them a great house. Vintage Quaid Russi Extra. No better leather can be made, says Pradeep. Where imitation amouage is brilliant. It's a citrus opening with a rose violet heart and a good old castoreum leather base. Also, I smell perfumes as colours. That's called synesthesia. Synesthesia. And it's not common, but it's not uncommon either. It's kind of like a lot of people know about it. It's been known about for a long time. It's quite cool. It's something I've got to do with perfumes when somebody asks us about a perfume. If I haven't if it hasn't made a mental imprint on us, good, bad, or boring, indifferent, to the point where I've been like, oh God, and had like a quite strong reaction to it, I really struggle to recall it, unless, and I struggle to describe it as well. There's a lot of perfumes that even I know very well, and unless I've described them quite a few times before, I really struggle to bring the smell to mind, and I need to prompt myself. That could just be the state of my memory, to be fair. I'm beginning to think Leather Desert Marrakein is a vanilla perfume. More so than even an amber. I think the vanilla in this stands out, actually. This could be one of the best vanilla perfumes ever made. Also, I smell Pradeep. Thank you for that recommendation. Lone Star Memories, bloody brilliant. Yes, it is. Absolutely fantastic. I don't mind paying full retail for Healy. Well, says Jenny. Eagle Derby. Yes, Eagle Derby, sensational. I'm not really sure, but I definitely smell and see colours. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Look it up. Or alternatively, I can taste things I haven't eaten. Yeah, look it up. Synesthesia. For people on LSD, the pathways in the mind can be like changed and stuff like that. Like, I don't think you can control it, but it can be changed and stuff like that. And so you can see a strawberry and you can taste a fucking roast dinner, you know? So everything can get mixed up a little bit. Like, your senses get changed around a bit. So you can induce it that way. But synesthesia is like a real thing. Absolutely. It's very interesting. The person who put that vanilla on doesn't have any feedback, but has been on a while. Interesting. Must be the first thing they've ever sold. Sorry, it's Havana Vanille from L'Artisan Parfumeur. Kenzo Pour Homme Eau de Parfum is a biche, is it not? Ooh. I need him to drop that fucking shtick that he's got going on at the minute. His fucking perfumes are the drizzling shit. Great, Pradeep. I got a bunch of leathers, lol. Just looking for a new one. Cuir Russi, Cuir Orange and Taste are my favourite ones. Cuir Orange. I like Cuir Canage. I think Cuir Canage is a fucking sensational perfume. Good grief. I like it better than modern what's it called? How about the 1870s, says Robert? The 1870s? You mean the time or the perfume? Anything beyond the 80s, you need to go to the Osmotech, in my opinion, says Sanjini. Roshan says, Desandre is my next one from Les Abstraits, unless the rumoured new one replaces it as the choice. Heavy rumour circulating about a new Eugene release. If Hermes releases no Hermes Essence this year, I am going to buy Violette Valenga. Outrageous. I'm looking forward to wearing Brenda Reglisse. I really am. The new Aqua di Gio Elixir has some Fahrenheit in the dry down. Intriguing. I don't care about buying something too old. It must contain some evil spirits, and I will send them to visit you. Harsh. Cartier is good and probably only ones with integrity. Yes, Mugler's taste of fragrance needs to be tasted, says Carl. Poopy Chatel sends freebies to fanboys. Ooh, Mugler. Marrakeins Vanilla Amber. I tried tasting Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. It doesn't taste like coffee. Tour de Hermes Eau de Parfum Intense was recently announced. Claims to have a coffee and licorice accord, along with what they're claiming as a lava accord in the base. Sounds exciting. I think the lava accord is just going to be that flint that they claimed in the EDT, isn't it? The fantasy notes are interesting. I think it's very interesting how that works. It's essentially the what do you call it effect? The placebo effect. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, that would be most kind of you, and I would appreciate it and would love you forever. Synesthesia was mentioned multiple times in my psychology textbook from college, says Robert. There you go. It is there. It is real. I taste ass when I walk into Harrods Perfume Hall. I say red and green marbles from geranium, says Brody. Quaker Nage's tops. Ah, it's fucking brilliant. It's so good. Someone buy this 50ml decant of leather oud. 50ml, says Mitra. Do you like Jubilation 40, Dushan? There's a couple of Jubilation 40s on eBay, and I'm absolutely fucking terrified to buy it. I would love to, because I actually think it's really nice, and it's more wearable than the original. I am not buying an Amouage off eBay. I need to just calm the fuck down. I need to chill the fuck out. I can't be buying that shit off eBay. Fuck. It is not harsh, Rich. Sharing is caring. Hermes Essence for me, Vetiver Tonka. Yes, yes, yes. Fabulous. Poo Poo Chatel, Coco Chanel. I sold a vintage bottle of my Coco Eau de Parfum to Tim, who is absolutely loving it, as he should, because it's brilliant. But I mean, I've got a partial here, which I just never wear, you know. I'm thinking of even letting this go, to be honest. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh, it's very femme. Very femme. But if you like femme fragrances, and many of us do, it's one of the finest. It's got that 80s opium, resinous, sweet, thick, rich, dense, smell you over the cigarette smoke kind of perfume thing. PPTX, welcome. Have you smelled Tour de Hermes Parfum and also the new EDP? The Parfum is brilliant, or it used to be. I smelled the latest version that is out in stores at the minute, and I was not impressed. I'm sure it's got amber wood in it. I'm absolutely certain it's got amber wood in it, you know, which is a terrifying prospect. But the older versions were really good, really, really good. The Parfum, really good stuff. But I'm happy with the EDT, actually. You know? Really happy with the EDT. Who smells ass, says Mitra. Someone's been sniffing ass. Poopy Oud. I was reading a thing of marketing techniques manipulation. It reminded me of Creed and Shills. Creed and Shills. Will L'Oreal continue barrel-aged Amouage batches, I wonder? It's the shtick at the minute, isn't it? It's absolutely fucking awful as well. But it is definitely the shtick. I mean, fuck that. I hate that so much. Yes, I think the new... Yes, like the new Aqua de Parma, Amber Woods. Ah, very sad. Very sad. Very sad. Send it to me. My birthday is coming. Is it really? I hope you have a happy birthday. 29th, Mitra. Just guessing. Yes, forever 29, says Mitra. Aren't we all? I was in a bad way, actually, when I was 29. Me fucking back. Oof. I think 2000 and 2015. It's kind of like where it started getting unbearable. I mean, 2014 it was pretty bad as well, but 2015 is like where I was like maimed with it. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. I graduated to 39 many years back, says PPTX. I'm 40 this year. I can't believe it. You know what it is that's really surprising about turning 40? Right? Is that when you're young and you think of 40-year-olds, you think they're grown-ups, and then you get to this age and you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? You're like, oh God, at what point am I going to become old and crusty? Like, is it ever going to happen? How are we grown-ups? Mitra says, I am 40 and don't give a fuck. Rich 40 is better than Max 40. Yes, yes, yes. A babe. Welcome, I Smell. How are you? How are you doing? Yes, that is right. Dushan is 43. Never grow up. Try not to. You know, try and not to. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. The best yawn in Fragcom is back. The most prolific, mass-produced yawn in Fragcom. It's Miraglantine. This is more like it than the Violette Valenka. The Violette Valenka is definitely got a shampooish kind of vibe to me, but Miraglantine, and it's the rose. It's the rose in Miraglantine, and the rose that's in Violette Valenka, like the rose material, and the rose that's in the shower gel, very similar. Very similar, giving off big shampoo vibes. Big shampoo. I may not look it, but yeah, I turned 40. This May says I smell. You don't, and that's a good thing. You know, I look like I turned 40 10 years ago. And wear SPF. I just don't go out in the sun. Fuck the sun. I don't know, PP. I was born grown up, says Mitra. 40's very different from 30s. Well, I'm still in my 30s. You know, I'm still 39, so. Oh, dear me. Excuse me. I'm still 39, so. We'll see, you know. I'll tell you when I turn 40, mate. Yes, says Robert. I'm 44. Hope Eugene will do the yawn of the duck with Les Abstray. 40 is when you realise how stupid you were at 20. Yes, that is what growing up is all about. Robert, also hurt yourself when you are asleep. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up in pain. And I don't want to go on about this too much because I'm sick of talking about me general illness and condition, but part of it is when you don't move for a while, you seize up, you feel like you seize up, your joints get stiff, you fucking like this. So that is essentially every time you go to sleep. So I'll go to sleep at say 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'll wake up at about 6:30 and I will be sore. And I will feel like I have ran a marathon the previous day. And it's so strange. It's such a strange thing, you know, which is why you've got to take painkillers almost first thing in the morning. And it takes a long time to work that shit off throughout the day. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's a very strange thing to try and wrap your head around. Wearing 2 perfumes on a night shift because I can. Yes, that's the best reason. Welcome, Ninoslav. Zerjoff Om and Drakkar Noir. How are they? I'm thinking I may go live later, not sure yet. I will keep an eye out for your live. Absolutely, I couldn't move my head for 4 days. Woof! Life starts at 40. Before that, you're just doing research. Age is just a number, says Masso. If I sleep in longer than usual, I wake up with back and leg pain. Yeah, not moving is a fucking disaster, like, you know. This is good timing for this conversation. Dinner time at the seniors' home. Yes. My mate was hobbling around. I said, "What's happened to you? I've been down to pick up an apple." Did you say no apples for you? Says Mitra. One thing that is good is that when I was 43, my testosterone was 860, which is crazy high for someone over 35. I don't know what mine is. I don't think we use the same standard, like. Mine's like, I think mine's like 12.6, and I don't know what that equates to in your language sort of thing, in your... testosterone, 860. So, I think mine was... So... testosterone we need. My phlebotomist. Our energy and endurance for memory, difficult finding words, poor focus, or sexual as everything. So apparently over here, that we use the NMOL per litre. So you use the NG over DL. So it's a nightmare trying to convert it. And I'm not going to try because I can't be arsed. Maybe I can't be arsed because I've got low testosterone. Fuck! Well, home is too weak for me. It's leather scent for summer. At least that old 2007 version. So Drakkar is heavier. I always got old socks from Drakkar. I don't know why. I can still kill 100 pounds at 42, says Robert. Mate, I can barely walk up the stairs and I'm not even 40 yet. Never mind curl 100 pounds. I smelled the new Dior on Parfum today. I don't hate it, but it smells redundant to every other mass designer frag. It only smells like the classic version for like 10 minutes and it's all amberwoods. Ew! That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now. They're front loading their perfume. So you get the authentic experience when you smell it in the shop, and then it dries down to just everything else afterwards, you know? Because it's quote unquote the most efficient way for them to do it. That just there's a special place in hell for these people, you know. There's an absolute hellscape. Sorry, I've read that again. I could curl around 100 pounds weight, says Mitra. Brits don't have testosterone, says James. Well, we don't need it because we're hard as fuck. My health has declined rapidly in the last 2 years, though, says Robert. Chin up, mate. You can keep going. Be very, very appreciative that we live at the time that we do for all the medical interventions you can get. It means you are a horny duck, says Carl. A moment of silence for those occasions. Not when I was younger. When I was younger, I think there was something wrong with us, considering how fucking game I was. It was ridiculous. Frankie Boycott, now I'm in my 40s. I have a body like a dropped lasagna. I've never seen any woman curl over 40 pounds, says Robert. But we asked you nicely. You asked me nicely. How's London these days? Might come over for an aerospace conference. No comment. It's a shithole. I don't know. It's not going to change overnight. It's absolutely fucking awful. I can still run 111 kilometers of mountain marathon, says Dushan. Upcoming Pinewood Sublapine is very nice, says PP. Can't get Pinewoods over here, which is a shame because I'd like to smell their piney offerings. I've seen people do incredible things, says Robert. Oh dear. One of your superpowers is beauty, says Robert. Absolutely, my superpowers are phenomenal, says Mitra. Wore Ralph Lauren Safari today. Did a surprisingly good job at cutting through the cold. That's interesting. I like Safari. I've got vintage Safari. I'm selling one on the eBay. And nobody wants it. Swines. It's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant perfume. I'm going to try and wear my partial this autumn, this spring and summer. I might do a video where I talk about, me and Galen did this once, I think, and Eugene, fragrance that we're looking forward to wearing in spring and summer. Me and Galen were putting the fragrance community to rights this morning. Fucking hellhole. He's right, though. Still enjoy the personal experience. As I said to him, one of the saving graces for the fragrance community that I've got is the community that I have here, talking to you, talking to him, talking amongst ourselves in this little, we're all huddled together in this little wasteland. It's like built a friendly community, you know, like picket fences and fucking everyone's got a dog and fucking everyone's happy and it's good stuff. London would be the 52nd state. Fine, you can have it, take it, fuck off. Thank you, Robert, says Mitra. Enrique says, in all chaos there is a cosmos. In all disorder a secret order, says Enrique. Well, he doesn't. It's Carl Jung who said that. How much, says PP? I don't know that you'll be able to buy it off me. I can't ship it outside of the UK. If you're in the UK, I can sell it to you. I think it's about 110 quid for a full bottle of Cosme fucking Safari for men. It's insane. It's a bargain. No fucker wants it. Swines. Look forward to wearing. How exciting. Well, the thing is, when you do a video like that, it's like, you can say, I'm looking forward to wearing this, and then come back at the end of the season and say, interesting, I didn't wear it. It's like the scientific method. You have a hypothesis, and then you get a conclusion. Looking forward to wearing, how exciting. Londinium. Sounds like a metal, doesn't it? A particularly radioactive one. Cosmos is always a great order in the universe. Wasteland, land of misfits. Just mutants. Mutated fucking beings that should not be. Yeah, the live streaming portion of the French community can be toxic at times, but I'm very glad to have found it and become part of it. I'm glad to be surrounded by decent people. One of the things I don't do as much anymore is venture out into the wider community. And there's just so much bullshit and arseholery, as you say, toxic, and I just can't be arsed. Just can't be arsed. I don't have the energy. I think that's part of getting old. I just don't have the fucking energy anymore. I can't be bothered. You know, can't be bothered to argue with people about something. I just can't be chewed. I'm over it. I'm past it. Beyond it. Sick of it. You know. I like going places where I don't mind disagreeing with people, you know, but some people just go mental, like. That's great. Yeah, it's kind of weird to have Grown men fighting over perfume. It's more than kind of weird, man. But it just goes to show people will just fucking fight over anything, like, you know. Just remembered when there were over 120 people watching a live stream. Me and Eugene used to get 150 people a night, and we used to stream 4 or 5 times a week on his channel. You know what I mean? The most I've ever had, I think, was when I was berating Luca Turin for being a fucking shithouse. It wasn't peaceful then. But just arguing with randoms on the internet, I just can't be arsed. I prefer the peace. It's peaceful here, says Robert. Yeah, exactly. It's nice here. Canada still has Rotman. London Business School sucks, says Pradeep. Yeah, buddy. Welcome, Eugene. How are you doing? Is your drive still free of snow? Has it snowed again? I always found that quite disheartening. I would clear the drive and then it would snow again, and I'd be like, what the fuck was the point in us clearing the fucking drive? Me too, I definitely don't have the energy to fight anymore, says Robert. Yeah, she can't be chewed. Those were the days. Hi, everyone, and lurkers. The conversation always takes place at the level of the stupidest, says Dushan. Yeah, it's what do they say? Is a chain is only as strong as the weakest link. A similar sort of principle. Actually gets you rounds interviews if you network. Yeah, no, but this isn't like a kind of like a business kind of thing, you know, like I get the networking part, but to me this isn't like it's not like I'm not doing it for financial advantage. There's like the incentive to network and get around and talk to people is less than the disincentive for getting around and networking and talking to people, you know? And don't get us wrong, if people come here to the live streams, to the channel, to the Discord, to everywhere, and they are sound, that is fine, you know? That is fine. I am happy for people to come here if they like what they see or like what they hear, because to be fair, you're not really going to like much you see here because there's not much to see. But I think I tell you what, I actually think the visuals is part of what has got us into the state that we're in as a community. Like everybody's concerned with how things look and not with how, because doing audio centric content. I'll tell you what I always think, right? I'll tell you what I always think. I remember the story of the first ever US presidential debate that was held on TV. And everybody who listened to the debate on the radio thought Nixon won clearly. And everybody who watched it on TV thought Kennedy won clearly. And I will always remember that. And I'm always thinking about that when I think about content and I think about, and just on TV as well. I remember hearing that for the first time and being like, aha, that's very interesting into the nature of the way that people work. Because on TV, Richard Nixon looked sweaty. He looked shifty. He looked dodgy. He didn't look as smooth and put together and calm as Kennedy. He didn't look as good as Kennedy. But if you just listened to what he said he was going to do and all of that sort of thing, regardless of what you agree with their policies or not, I just think that it's very interesting. That kind of, that dynamic, you know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. No snow today, but more coming this weekend. No. How dare you wake us up to shoveling? Should have woken Frank to gooning. That's why I've always appreciated when you tap and comment on my vid streams, considering you don't venture out in the wider frame or even connect with a lot of what I wear cologne-wise. It is appreciated. I do. I think you're sound. You are a good lad. And they're not easy to find these days. Yes, says PP Tex. I don't know why I want to say Tex. I Smell says, just because Nixon didn't wear makeup, the audience didn't connect. It was all lighting. Yeah, it's mad. It's a crazy story, that. It's very interesting insight, isn't it, into the way that people are. You know? Really interesting. My neighbour has a mower. My neighbour has a mower that revs up and down the whole time. It's fucking maddening. Yeah, I can imagine that would drive you wild, actually. The shovel stream was novel and made me smile, like you endeavoured. Incentive of talking to select people over the disadvantage of talking to all people. Sorry, that has not gone into my mind one bit. Hold on a second. That just bounced off me, that. Incentive of talking to select people is over the disadvantage of talking to all people. Dushan, you compliment good. Kasim A. Hello, mate. How's it going? I am well. How are you? Mikey Cole says, Rich, thoughts on tobacco, Aramis Tobacco Reserve. Brilliant when it was 27 quid a bottle. Lovely perfume. Really good, bitter, sour, green. Tobacco, fantastic. Not sweet in the slightest. People wanting triple figures for it now. It's a shit perfume for that price. If that makes any sense, which it should, because price, I mean, this is the problem with getting stuff for free, you know? You can't connect fully to the experience because you haven't had to fork out for it, you know? It's a great perfume, under 50 quid, you know, fuck, I wish I'd bought a bottle or two, you know? But I just thought, fuck it, it's an Aramis, you know what I mean? Even if it does get discontinued, it's not going to go up in fucking price. Then it did. Fuck. There have been many other perfumes I have tried and worn over the years where I have bought them cheap and they have gone through the roof. And I have been like, thank God that I got them when I did, such as Balenciaga Pour Homme. I just missed out on the Tobacco Reserve. But to be honest with you, I don't know how much I would have worn it. If I'd liked it that much, I would have bought it. But I didn't. So I didn't. Watershed moment, says PPTX. Yes. That is right. It was a watershed moment. It's like, I can tell you something as well. We're going through some watershed moments at the minute. Well, I say at the minute, over the last 10 years, you know. We're living through interesting times, quote unquote. But I can tell you something else as well. I have detoxed from the fucking politics and the news, right? I've detoxed from the politics and the news, and I feel so much better. I cannot express to you in language how much I would like you to just cut that shit out of your lives. How much I have benefited mentally, emotionally from that shit being away. Just be gone. All of it. Be gone. And I feel much better. Concentrate on the things that you can control, that you enjoy. And do that, you know? Do that. What I will say is that I've been buying backup candles. Now, that is a whole other level of something I need to worry about, but that cafe candle is fucking incredible. How high will Dior and Parfum prices go, I wonder? You go, depending on how long and which bottle you've got, that you could be talking the thick end of £1,000. Like, you've got to remember, it was widely available and everybody loved it. Most people loved it, right? And it's gone, and it's double gone. So everybody was like, oh, the 100ml bottle, the 100ml version is the same perfume as the 75ml version. But you're going to have some people who want the 75ml version, come what may. Those bottles have now been gone for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So they're going to become extremely rare. And people who have backup bottles of them are going to be able to fucking charge whatever the fuck they want. And then that's just going to keep going up, right? Then the 100ml bottles, the old 100ml bottles are going to start to creep up soon as well. Because the demand will be so high, because so many people are exposed to it, because it's a recent phenomenon, you could be seeing £1,000, people asking for £1,000, you know, within 5 years. By the end of the decade, it could be more. It could be more. Welcome seldomly often. How are you? How are you? Are you well? Rich, what's your biggest fragrance regret? Something you paid an arm and a leg for but didn't care for? Oh, God. Biggest fragrance regret. Fragrance buying regret. Oh. I'd have to say Mugler's Phantasm was fucking awful, and we know it was fucking awful, but I was expecting that to be awful. Amen being reformulated by L'Oreal was absolutely mortifying, and I regret that ever happened. I didn't buy it, and I've got plenty backups from Clarins when it was Clarins. Amen Ultime, I never bought that, but smelling that was a massive fucking, that hurt. Reflets de Ambre by Kurt John. That was a huge regret. That actually went back to Harrods. I sent it back. Also, it had been sprayed when I'd opened the fucking bottle. I'm just not having that. Fuck you. I'm not having that one bit. That's not standard practice. It's not normal. I haven't had it before with a brand new perfume. There are vintage perfumes. In fact, even with vintage perfumes, I haven't had that. Most vintage perfumes that come unsprayed, especially if they're sealed, fuck off. Who sprayed that perfume? And what the fuck were they thinking? As far as buying, I'd say Reflets d'Ambre is right up there. I can't think of any other. So, do you know what it is? As soon as I stop the stream, something will turn up in my head and I'll be like, ah. But we'll go with Reflets d'Ambre now. But there are many regrets I have in Fragcom. The direction of Fragcom's a massive regret. I've been watching videos for 15 years. And I've been commenting and being an active part of the community for like 10. And I've been making videos for 4 or 5. And every step of the way, it's just got worse. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's all my fault. I never thought of that. Jesus. It's my fault. Clearly. God. What have I done? Probably I already saw the original Dior on Parfum 75ml for €300. There you go. Do you recall the name of that amber one you recommended to me in your Red Dead Redemption stream the other day? Is it Ambre Précieux? Is it Ambre Précieux by Maître Parfumier? Yeah. Oof, what a good amber this is, you rascal. Here you go. You can get a view of the name there if you want to screenshot that. I don't know how well that's come up on screen. Ambre, can somebody put it in the chat? Ambre Précieux. This is fabulous. I've been telling everybody to be fucking smelling this. Even the modern version's really nice. It's got a touch of amber. Oh, it's got a touch of amber. Oh, it's on its arse. It's got a touch of amber salt about it, but what a perfume. Oh, where are we? It's good for you, that detox. Yeah, I feel fucking great, to be honest with you. Shall I pay that price for the silver stem? Use as a distraction. Better to be in the moment. Yes. Fragrance enthusiast says, Rich Mitch, considering you buy mostly discontinued or vintage perfume, do you wear them less, often knowing you're going to run out and it's hard to find another bottle? Context of the collection is important, because there is a chance that could happen, but you've got to remember I've got a shit ton of perfumes as well, so I kind of made the decision quite early to not do that. You can do that, and there are some perfumes I've done that with before, but what you've got to remember is when there is also another factor, that when you get to a certain place in a bottle, it will start to oxidize much more quickly than, because of the surface area. Look at this. I'm using this up a lot quicker now. And the reason for that is because of the increased surface area, it will oxidize a lot quicker and go off a lot quicker than if it was a full bottle. This is why if you buy a vintage perfume, it's much better to try and get a full bottle. And you're usually all right, because the surface area, let's look at this, right? The surface area is a lot smaller because there's a lot less oxygen in that bottle, right? So when these people say, oh, you should use a mil or two and let some oxygen into the bottle, you're going to need to use a lot more than a mil or two to get that to oxidize quicker. Really what's changed in the meantime, the quote-unquote maceration fucking thing, you need to be using about half a bottle to get that shit to fucking happen reasonably quicker. And even then, I mean, the whole quote-unquote maceration thing for brand new fragrances is just the biggest lie and the biggest fraud that has been committed on perfume consumers since, I mean, fuck, who knows? That is just such an incredible myth. It is not the perfume that's changing. It is your nose. Perfumes do not change in the course of a year, and if they do, you wouldn't be able to tell. Oh, my nose is good. No, it's not, mate. If your nose was good, you would know that that's absolute bullshit. I'm not talking to you there, fragrance enthusiasts. I'm saying I'm talking to people who say that. Good for you. I wish I could just stop listening to the madness, says Mitra. I recommend it to you. I really do. You can. You can. I need to get me some candles, says Robert. I bought my last candle from Harrods. It's a long way to go for a candle, mate. What about L'Occitane Eau de Beau? That's very reasonably priced. It's a sensational perfume, especially for the price. It's tremendous. The emotional damage that I've caused myself by reading Kanye West and Donald Trump twits. I fucking heard about that fucking Kanye thing. My mate was like, oh, look, like, I know you're not listening to the politics and the news, and I just told him to fuck off. I was like, just don't. I don't care what it is. I don't care if there's an asteroid coming to hit the Earth. I want to die in ignorance. If it's happening this year, or maybe it's even next year, when I decide to fucking reassess my position, then I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care, right? Unless it's something that's going to directly affect me, I don't care. He was like, no, this is something you actually just need to see, because it would be funny if it wasn't so fucked and mental. And I was like, right, this better be fucking good. And he showed us the Kanye West tweets, and I was like, yeah, he's just fucking mental. Like, he's just off his tits. Fuck him. What an absolute cunt. What an absolute fucking cunt. There's no other word for him, like. You know what I mean? The emotional damage that I've caused myself, I will watch, listen to C-SPAN pretty regularly, says I Smell. Okay, shame to admit I've even been called and been on air a few times. I mean, to be fair, if you want to do that, if that's your thing and you want to do that, that's fine. You know? You don't need to be ashamed of it. Like, if you want to be involved, there's nothing wrong with being involved, but I also recommend that a lot of people have made it their lives. It's become the arch reality TV for people. You know, there's more to life than politics. Yes, it's important when it matters, but remember this, you live in a representative democracy, and what you do is You make decisions based on what you think is best, on what you think the way things should be, the way things are. And the people who stand for election, you then vote for them, and then they go off and they do what they said they were going to do. And until next time, and they come back and say things to you. I mean, it's an ongoing process, so it doesn't just end like that, but that's how I'm treating it at the minute. Whoever's been elected has been elected. You go off and do what you're going to do. I'll see you again in however many years when you come back and fucking pretend that you actually fucking care, you know? The Dior on Parfum 100ml is going for €195. That's the real scandal at the minute. I knew it was oopsie this weekend. Might just put up a 215 bottle for giggles, says Pradeep. Lol Real. I felt that smelling any Amen or Mugler for that matter, says Pradeep. Shut Pradeep. I only have one fragrance buying regret. It was Ralph's Club EDP. It smells like a deacon at a southern church with a gold tooth getting caught by a prostitute. Get in. Fragrance enthusiast says, how do you know it was sprayed if it was sealed? Because I unsealed it and went and sprayed it, and it sprayed first time. It had been sprayed. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. It never happens. Never has that ever happened with any perfume I have ever tried before. They do not pre-spray them. They just don't. That is not standard practice. It is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not fucking... It's not. That is just... Fuck that. That's not happening. It's going back. Someone has fiddled with it. It has been touched. I'm doing pretty swell, says Selmy often. I jumped on while you guys were talking about the old age of 40. I feel old now. Ooh. It just feels old because it's the oldest I've ever been. You know what I mean? How's the new Absolute Paula Soir, says Proddy? I don't think I've smelled it. My biggest regrets have been Blind Montal Mancera. Yeah, that'll do it. Like, somebody sent me a picture of a Mancera. Was it a Mancera? Yeah, it was a Mancera clone. Someone had cloned Mancera. Wild. I blind bought over 30 fragrances and I'm happy with all of them except Ralph's Club. Yeah. I've blind bought a lot more fragrances than that. Especially your Labo collection video is legendary, especially the cat picking apart. Screenshot, thanks. I prefer Amber Pressure Ultime, says Prody. My most expensive blind buy was the Moon. My favourite blind buy was the Moon, and I paid full price for it. Oof, the fucking Moon. I didn't like the Moon, I sold it. That video got tons of hate, Pradeep, says Eugene. Yeah, will do, because people will be totally loving it, like. People totally love Le Labo for some reason, even though they're fucking shit. Half-cocked perfumes. I bet they wouldn't hate in person. You're like 6 foot, 23 inches tall, says. But yeah, what people say online and what people say in real life are two clean different things. It's mental. Sebastian was sad. He macerated Killian's love. Don't be shy and it won't turn red. Maceration conspiracy theory. Yeah, it's bonkers. Used to be Britain's a lot of daily fuck share. Democracy for now, Rich. Well, yeah, well. Oh, vintage Fahrenheit, says Stefan. Wonderful. Still 300ml back up with this great fragrance. I've got 200ml, fortunately, but again, I've had this for a few years, and this was a 50ml, and it was about between 2/3 and 3/4 full, and I've used like 40ml, 30ml probably. And it's taken a while, so not to worry. Democracy for now, Rich. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see how many of those fucking freedom-loving Americans with guns do something when the guy on their side decides that he doesn't want them to have the things that they've always had before. Family member showed me a couple of days ago Kanye is currently selling shirts with a swastika on his site right now. Yes, I heard that as well. That was part of the thing my mate was telling us. I mean, in normal times he'd be sectioned, or he should be sectioned. You know, he's clearly fucked. The whole thing is like, oh, it's free speech. It's like, yes, but what people don't realize is people use the free speech narrative to try and like avoid responsibility for anything they say. You know, I've got free speech. I don't have to take responsibility for anything I say. And then they complain when private businesses are like, fucking hell, like, you're not saying that on my fucking website, or you're not saying that like in our fucking presence, wearing our clothes. Oh, they're infringing on my free speech. No, they're not. It's the government that infringes on your free speech. You are only guaranteed free speech by your government. Private individuals and companies can do and say what they fucking want, and they can also sack you off for doing and saying things. So there seems to be a distinct lack of responsibility built into the whole free speech narrative. That goes for fucking everyone everywhere. It's not just an American problem. That's a modern problem. People, it's like Mike Tyson said, people have become extremely comfortable with saying shit online because they can't get punched in the fucking face for it anymore. You know? When does that Terra Hermes EDP Intense come out? Probably on the second bottle before we get our first impressions, yes. Comes out in March. Any news on Paddock coming back? Not a thing, I'm afraid. Half of perfumes I buy directly from the company spray the first time. They've been always been perfectly sealed. Have they been selling me used perfume? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's the new shtick. Maybe it's the new shtick that I just don't buy that many fucking. I don't buy that many brand new perfumes that have recently come out, and they spray the perfumes before they sell you them. I don't like that. I've never known that to be the case. You know? Never known that to be the case. MFK's Reflets de Ambre sprayed first time, and I was seething. It's not great. I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all. Half-cocked perfumes. I need to note that one. Says show. Long live Advil. I can open my eyes again. Good for you. Mitra, what do you think about the first time spray? Says fragrance enthusiast. Sense of South Jersey Balenciaga Pour On review was a nice watch. Yes, it was. Here's you into candles. What's the best bang for buck brand? Do you get some nice candles? Most prices I've seen are completely mental. Diptyque's probably the best bang for buck, if I'm being honest. Diptyque's probably the best bang for buck, but they're still expensive. They're like 50 quid. 50 quid for a candle's insane, but some of the candles are fucking amazing. Trudon makes candles which are absolutely amazing again, but if you don't have money, like this is one of the reasons I've never had one, if you don't have money coming out your fucking ears, then you're probably not going to be wanting to pay 100 quid for a candle. You're going to literally set fire to it. I love candles though. But the thing is, right, is that buying Yankee candles and cheap candles is just don't have any candles rather than do that. You know? Just don't have any candles rather than do that. Sense of South Joe, sorry. Free speech shouldn't be hate speech. After hours tonight, says probably. Yes, I have noticed that. PB Company candles. Good evening, Prince Charles. I used to view life through a very political lens, says James. I find it best to just focus on local communities and everyday interactions with people. I'm completely over politics as well. Yes. The thing is, if you take politics out of people, most people are sound. Especially on individual levels, like you said, local stuff. Doesn't Damodabla have a cheap candle? Oh, no, they don't. The candle I think you're referring to is by a company called Les and Damodabla that has nothing to do with our Lesendemodable, you know. It's a totally different company. Prince Charles says, hello, Duchamp. My only connection with Camilla is that my grandfather went on a few dates with her. No real connections with my name, though, says Prince Charles. She's a bit of a bite, Camilla, wasn't she? I know you mentioned Diptyque. What's a good candle brand under 30 quid? I don't know that there is any. I don't know that there is any, if I'm being honest. You might just have to buy smaller candles. Thoughts on Muscovy Jour and Alexandria 2? Don't like Alexandria 2. Don't like Xerjoff as a brand. Muscovy Jour is nice. It's vanillic on me. I don't really get much of the skank that is claimed. I don't really get like any nasty sexual kind of overtones. It's like a musky vanilla, you know. So that's where it is. I know you mentioned it to you. Sorry, you're so right. Most people are reasonable, void of all tribalism. I mean, I live in an inherently tribal country. Is Britain, the UK, England is a tribal country anyway. There are ancient feuds which go on in this fucking weird country. There are feuds in this country which are longer and older than America is. I just starting to think it's the natural way of things. It's just how people are. Perfume is not political. Why take it there, Sanjini, says Prince Charles. It's not Perfume that's political, it's people. And people are, well, you know what people are like, I'm sure. I'm sure you've met enough people to know that what they're like. People are political. Oh, I've enjoyed my wear today of vintage Fahrenheit. Not that I'm wearing vintage Fahrenheit today. I've enjoyed my wear today of Lady Desert Marrakein. It's a truly brilliant perfume. A vanilla. I'm pretty sure I am at peace with calling this a spicy vanilla perfume. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it is possibly the best vanilla I've smelled. I mean, there's a lot of competition, let's be honest. There's fucking vanilla just everywhere, like, you know. Just ordered my Les Abstraits samples. I heard you contributing to the name of at least one of them. Is this true, mate? It is. I came up with the name La Dalure Exquise. Have not been involved with the making of the latest ones. I'm interested to see how they work out. Oh, like little bits here and there. I'm interested to see what they're called. You're still on, says Lily. No, I'm not still on. No, Lily, I'm off. Shut down the stream an hour early tonight, you know. Of course I'm still on. Lily with her thirst trap thumbnail. All the men have been talking about Lily. How is Lily? Is Lily okay? Shut up! I can literally hear Lily's voice say that. I read that and all I heard was, shut up! I don't like you. Yes, I am okay. So there are new ones coming. Didn't even know this, so I guess I'm late. How long has it been since the other ones came out? He didn't release them all at once. I think it was 2023, then 2023, then 2024, maybe? Or maybe 2022, 2023, 2023. Lilith. Mitra K, what do you think of this question Fragrance Enthusiast has put as to whether brand new perfumes come sprayed or not? Like first time spray. That was shook. I was very shook. I was like, what is going on? They don't, says Mitra. Yeah. I've never known that to happen before. Next time I buy a brand new perfume from retail, I will be keeping an eye out for it. Yeah, it is bullshit. It is. It's total. It just shouldn't be happening. I'd be interested to know where Fragrance Enthusiast is buying them from. Is he buying them directly from the brand or from discounters or from reselling sites or everyone like that? Lily says, I've been missing everyone. Ah. Emotional Lily. Oh dear. Well, friends, it's Thursday from department stores. Yeah, there shouldn't be pre-sprayed from department stores, even if they are. I mean, if they are sealed, it's a problem with the brand that's making them. Maybe they're just pre-spraying them. Maybe you're buying them from a company that makes this their new policy now. I don't know. You know, because different, like you can buy a Prada and you can buy a Hermes, and they're made in different factories by different companies, but then, like, the same company that makes Prada might make, I don't know, 80s de Venus or MFK, you know? And that company has the policy of spraying the perfumes to make sure the sprayers are working first. And the other company doesn't. And maybe that's what it is. I must admit, I've never been confronted with that problem before the Reflets to Amber, and I'd never heard anybody else say that the perfumes had been sprayed as well when they'd first received them. Like, even on that video, I don't think anybody came to us and said, oh, my perfume was, like, pre-sprayed. I mean, I might be wrong. To the best of my memory, nobody came up to us and said, oh, mine was pre-sprayed as well, so that must just be what they're doing now. You know? It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Wow, this is clearly a community. How lovely, says Charles. What video was it on your channel? Reflets to Amber. I'll see if I can find it for you. Reflets to Amber. Fucking hell, it's going for 145 quid on eBay now. I managed to get my money back. Oh, where is it? Reflets de Ambra. Rich. I've got this. There it is. It's on the unboxing. I may or may not have got a lot of downvotes on that. I haven't checked. Where are we? Oh, this is clearly a community. How lovely, says Charles. I never experienced the pre-sale. I would question that, to be honest. Would take it back. That was my reaction. I was like, nope, I'm not putting up with this. Prince Charles, what makes you say this is clearly a community? I remember when the 10-year anniversary edition of Aventus came out and all the reviewers, free bottles came pre-sprayed, so I would say sometimes. Possibly. Like I say, I would like to see a lot of... I mean, to be fair, Carl, you say that their free bottles came pre-sprayed. Had they not been spraying them before they'd made the video, because they never they get their bottles quite a while before they put their videos out, because they've got it's like embargoed. It's embargoed. You're not allowed to put your video out before a certain time if you get a free bottle from a brand before release. Are these voices the third best one? I've never experienced the pre-spray. I would question that, to be honest, to take it back. What video was it on your channel? I've put it in the chat for you. I have had at least one that came pre-sprayed, says Carl. Ladies' hands on wrenches. If it walks, welcome Brian. If it walks like a duck, talk like a duck. It's Rich. How is Brian? Fragrance enthusiast says, have you ever had first time full spray when buying new perfumes? It says to me, no. Stop the cap, says fragrance. I think that means lies. She's not lying. Your next perfume order should be broadcasted live with you doing the first spray, says enthusiast. Sure, I may even have a brand new inbox. Prince Charles said, I said this because the community feel in this chat feels truly wholesome, and the connection these people have because of the perfume is new to me. Like an outsider looking in. Please come in and sit down and tell us how you feel and think. Fantastic. And really, actually, that's what I was about to say. I bought many tested and even they weren't pre-sprayed. Yeah. Even testers are not sprayed. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is absolutely wild to me. This is like, the fact that you've had loads of perfumes that do that is totally foreign. Because I was really put out by that. Like, you can hear it on the thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that sprayed? That's going back. I have bought many brand new perfumes in my life, just not as many recently, which is why I'm saying, is it something that they've started doing recently? You know? Just that's just alien. I've received like 300 bottles and never seen one that was used before. How many pumps before it sprays the first time? Like on that video, it sprays first time. I want to say in real life, like with all my other sprays, like 3, 4 maybe. Just getting some air in it. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends on the quality of the sprayer. Sometimes the sprays. I mean, with the Mugler fucking sprays, with the old Muglers, these, all right, these you're on with them for fucking ages because the sprayers are fucking mental. They're not easy to spray, like. For me, always, says Charles. All Stevie Wonder's perfumes were blind buys. Posh. I've definitely seen small brands, indie brands that do a test spray when they fill the cream a bottle hand to make sure it works. Oh shit, says a fragrance enthusiast. Maybe it's a manufacturing error. The machine is calibrated differently, says. They don't spray them though. They don't spray them before they don't spray them to the point where it'll spray first time. Like, that means they've actually sprayed it. The sprayer is used, the nozzle, the hose, this bit here, this actual bit is used. Like, the perfume has crossed the threshold. It just seems wrong. I don't like it. So not having to do pumps doesn't necessarily mean it's being used. I don't know, that's Star brand, but I hate the bottle. That's so ugly. This, Andy Tower. The perfumes inside are incredible. Andy Tower, brilliant. But a lot of people don't like the sprayers, actually, would you believe? Fucking, the old sprayers on these were the fucking absolute shits. Oh, they were so bad. He's changed them now. And I'll be honest with you, they're still not great. But you don't need a lot, you know. It just feels really satisfying when you spray a bottle and a lot comes out. You're like, oof. Felt that. That Mugler bottle looks like Blake 7 prop. Those Amen fragrances, different times, even community ones, very different times, very, very different times, and very different community times. Yeah, when like Red Essence used to have his wall behind him, and he would have all the Bond number 9s, which is just, it's not the flexy thing it is. Fuck's sake, Stephen. And all the Muglers and that lined up and stuff like that. I wouldn't care. I sold a lot of my Muglers off, sold a lot of the flankers off. I'm happy with the ones I've got now. Pure malt, I ended up not being able to smell. Just, not that I couldn't smell it, it was that I couldn't bear to smell it. It was too much. I know. They're a real tit, those sprays. Yeah, they're fucking awful. It's always satisfying when you spray and all it comes out. Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of the best sprayers I've ever used is this. The sprayers on these decant bottles I've got, it doesn't matter if it's Courageous on, that's not the point. The sprayers on this are magnificent. They just feel really good. Obviously, the best sprayers out there are the Dior sprayers, and especially the Privé ones. Wow. When they work. Queer Canage has been a little bit finicky with us recently. Yeah, when the work, says Lily, yeah. It's always satisfying when you spray and a lot comes out, yeah. Yeah, real tit those sprays. India's power, India's a force. We like Andy Tower, we love Les Moores. Mira says, I don't know, I have sold and refilled decant bottles and probably had over 500 unboxing and never had one coming up with spray at first spray, or at least saw a full spray in the first one. Vintage Creed has good sprayers. Yes. Vintage Creed has good sprayers. Half a spray is okay. Then I wouldn't feel comfortable with anything coming out first time. I want that to be a brand new sprayer, and I need to prime it. That is how it should be. I want it pristine and untouched by the hand of man. How's out? You have tried Declaration EDP, says Enrique. Proddy absolutely fucking loves it. And TSP, Paul Monsieur, number 19, was some of my first perfumes and the best spray I get is from those Chanel designer bottles, in my opinion. I haven't got Paul Monsieur EDT. I've got EDP in the square bottle, which is lush. I've got, what else have I got? Number 19. I've got number 19, but as a splash, I think. Chanel sprayers are good, but the wannabe, because they pimp themselves out as like this kind of exclusive brand that you're not allowed to talk about. You know. Yeah, you will feel sometimes in the middle juice gets up to the top, the Chanel 200ml area, I like that. Who loves the new Bois Talisman? It's still not out yet. I thought it was shit. I thought it was fucking shit. It was so boring. So boring. Smelled like a mishmash of other perfumes I've smelled before. The palette they've used is so reduced. and so crap. Are Chanel sprays not better than Dior? No! No, it's not. Glorified by the fireplace, Bois Talisman. You will never smell like Eugene Carlos. Nah, Dior is better, man. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I don't really think it's close. Like, I think Dior is head and shoulders above every other spray. I'd look around, looking at the perfumes I've got in my collection now. There is nothing. Maybe Frederic Malle do good sprays, but they're still not as good as. The Dior are clearly better in my opinion. Fuck knows how they've managed that, but here we are. BDK and Mask have some of the best sprays too. Would you believe my Russian tea stopped working? You know? An Englishman betrayed by tea. Can you believe it? Celine sprays are very nice too. Shame the perfumes are shit. And on that note, friends, I'm going to bed. I am actually tired now. It's been lovely coming back and talking to you in our natural habitat and our natural time, talking about perfumes and being very happy, the Prince Charles. I'm glad you have found somewhere nice to come and sit and talk about perfumes if you like it. Please come back. But that's it. Yeah, I'm tired. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for keeping us company. Thank you for talking perfume, and I will see you all again soon. Good night.